Hi everyone, welcome to Eating Secret. Yet again, it's Karen here, trying to keep you entertained and keeping you company if you're all alone during this time. So today we are making some lavender bath bombs, and in here I have I'm just going to give you the recipe in a second. Felt a bit heavy that. So I've got 2.4 kilos of bicarb, sodium bicarbonate. I have 25 grams of fragrance oil, which is my midnight lavender. I have 45 grams of witch hazel. And I have 25 grams of a carrier oil, so coconut oil for me. You can use sweet almond, sunflower oil, apricot kernel oil, fractionated coconut oil. You can even use rapeseed or anything like that. Any liquid oil. Olive oil will do. And then I've got 2 teaspoons of 2 very heaped teaspoonfuls of violet blue mica from Mineral Makeup Ingredients. Link to that in the description box below. And then here I have 1150 grams of citric acid. Just pouring that in. Just going to give that a mix with my hands first. So obviously you blend everything up except your citric acid. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I've also got 50 grams of SLS in there, in with the bicarb. So I know a lot of people go on about wearing masks when you're making lye, but I really think that, for me, I don't know what it is, SLS just feels, and SLSA, any of that bubbling agent just feels so much more dangerous to me. It makes you cough when you're mixing it, and it really feels like an irritant. Now, years and years ago, before I could make bath bombs, I went to the Show, which is a big horse fair locally, and there was a guy there and he had moisturizers and bath bombs and things like that, and he was selling them, and somehow we got talking. I can't remember what I told him I did, but I might have told him that I made soap. I might not have done, because in those days you were frightened to tell anyone because you couldn't find anything out if you did. And he said to me, and it's just always stuck in my mind, gosh, this sounds so scary, but I am going to say it because I think that's why I have this in my head. And he said he's known so many people that use SLS to manufacture products, not the usage of products. People that actually manufacture the goods. They didn't wear masks and things like that with SLSA. Well, it was SLS then, and it causes cancer, and that's what he said. And it's just always stuck in my mind. And just, you know, when you inhale the lye fumes, it's nowhere near as irritant to me as SLSA is, or SLS is what we used to use in the olden days, before SLS came out as a safer, more natural alternative. And I did just want to tell you that. So if you are using SLSA or SLS or anything like that, please wear a mask. It's like sometimes, you know, I remember Mark Constantine from Lush saying, you know how people always slag parabens off. And there are lots of more natural alternatives to parabens now, and he says the reason they still use parabens, it's like better the devil you know. We don't really know what all of these new preservatives and things, what they could cause, and that's why they use parabens rather than the natural, more natural alternatives. So it does actually make sense. And the reason I mention that is because they're talking about bringing this vaccine in for this coronavirus, COVID-19, and I'm a bit worried that like it's going to get rushed through, this vaccine, and we really don't know what damage it could cause, because vaccines in the past have caused terrible damage. I'm not encouraging anyone not to take it, but I don't think I'll do it if it comes out. I might change my mind, I don't know. But the way I feel, I'm a bit worried what could actually happen if it hasn't been tested properly, and time, you know, these things, you know, look at thalidomide and polio and things like that, and things that have happened through taking vaccines in the past. So obviously I don't suggest that anybody doesn't take it, but I don't think anyone in my house will be taking it. But you know, if loads and loads of people die, then you don't know what you'll do you? Right, so let's get on to making these bath bombs. Where's my spoon? I do like my spoon when I'm making my bath bombs, just to tap all that excess, all those excess grains off. So simple. And by the time you see this video, you'll have seen the video of me fizzing one of these bath bombs. Now that heart-shaped bath bomb did have an embed in, but this one doesn't. So you won't get that blue fizz, you'll only get the violet fizz. And the reason they're like that is because people reorder these and they expect them to be the same every time. So also the fragrance is absolutely stunning. If you don't like lavender, you will love this, and I'd love to share the fragrance with you, but I feel like I shouldn't because someone shared it with me. Someone sent me a bath bomb and I love the smell that much that she told me what it was, and I don't feel like I should reshare because she was kind enough to share it with me. So if you want to smell it, then you're probably going to have to buy one. But it is absolutely stunning. And I'm just pressing these by hand just to show you if you haven't made bath bombs before, how easy they are to make. And something I've never shared before was the actual weight of the witch hazel. And I just wanted to share that with you because I've never, I always used to just spray the top of the mixture so many times, but never actually weighed the witch hazel that was going into them. So now you're gonna have a much more precise measurement of the liquid that goes in, and I think that will make all the difference to those of you, because I know what it's like when you first start to make bath bombs. It's really hard to get that water witch hazel measurement exactly right. And there we are. We should have 14. It usually makes 14 bath bombs. We've actually got 15 today. So with what I've got left here, I will just press that with the bath bomb press and use the small round mould for that. The only reason I'm not using the bath bomb press today is really just for people who well, basically, if you don't make a lot of bath bombs, you don't need a bath bomb press. It's only those of us who make a lot of bath bombs that probably need one. Even then you don't. Sometimes I think it's faster to press them by hand like this, but it's neater with the press. That's the most exceptional thing about using the bath bomb press that I like anyway. Okay, so we've unmoulded our bath bombs and we're going to just trim them up a bit, and I'm using a potato peeler to do that. So you just take your potato peeler and run it around the bath bomb. That's if you don't want the satin ring around it. I think they look tidier without it, but for years I sold mine with the satin ring because I used to love it. I still like it, but I just prefer them a bit neater, simply because when you use the bath bomb press, it really does neaten the bath bomb up. But with the satin ring, they look, you know, much more homemade, and that's wonderful. Another reason I just take the satin ring off is because they fit into my boxes better without it. If I leave the satin ring on, I've got one particular gift box that I put 6 bath bombs in, and 6 bath bombs won't fit if that satin ring is still on there. And I'm just going to do it from this side now, so that you get a different view. We'll see which view is the best. I really need to think more about making sure you, the viewer, have got a better view of what I'm doing. I think that should, if I'd thought of it earlier for New Year, I think that would have been one of my New Year's resolutions. But I'm doing it now. Okay, so that's all of our bath bombs tidy, and it's now time to paint them. Right, so now we've trimmed our bath bombs up, we are going to mix up some paint, which is mica and rubbing alcohol. So usually I just put it in the container and we never weigh it, but today I'm going to weigh it for you so you can see exactly how much to use. So we'll just pop our container on there, turn it on, and I'm using some rubbing alcohol here. Actually, it's quite full, this bottle, so I'm just going to take it off and pour it in. I've put 7 grams in there, so I'm going to put 7 grams in my other container as well. Because I'm using 2 different colours. Wow, that was lucky. Both 7 grams. So I'm going to use some Just Bronze from Mineral Makeup Ingredients. Probably going to use what would probably be 1 teaspoonful, but I call it half a teaspoonful, half a heaped teaspoonful, and that takes it up to 9, so 2 grams of mica. And we'll do exactly the same with the purple. So we're using Plum Purple from Mica Mama. And just give it a little whiz around, a little bit of a stir. You can give it a better stir with your paint brushes. So I'm going to be using 2 paint brushes today. This one here is going to be for the bronzy colour. You see it's got a lovely pointy end. Hasn't been used yet. So just fluffing that up. So we'll be using that one. And then I really want a flat ended paintbrush. This isn't really what I want, but I don't have one. I do have one, but it's been used that much. It's sort of spread out and it doesn't paint neatly onto the bath bomb. So I'm going to have a go with this one here. And hope that it does what I want it to do. Right, so let's paint. So we're going to start with the bronze. I always like to mix it round, get right onto the bottom of the container so you get all the mica mixed in properly, and then always just drain it ever so slightly, because there's always a drop on there that will dribble onto your bath bomb. And I'm just going to paint some curved lines on my bath bomb. And then I always put a few dots as well on these ones. You really need to buy this one so you can get a sniff of it, because it is lovely. And I'm not really a lavender lover. I like French lavender, beautiful French lavender, but the English lavender is more medicinal. And this is like a vanilla-y lavender, but it's not like lavender vanilla I've tried before. It's really, really nice. So basically all you're doing is just putting dots on there. I guess it looks like wheat really. So we'll just continue. Very, very time consuming. You know, in the days when I used to make bath bombs and I didn't paint on them, what has to happen now, well, what I'm saying is it was much quicker. So you would make a load of bath bombs one day and then the next day you would make a load of bath bombs. Now you make a load of bath bombs one day and it actually takes longer to paint on a bath bomb than it does to press a bath bomb. So you're spending another whole day painting your bath bombs, and obviously you don't get any extra cash for doing it, but it does look so pretty. So that's it. That's our lavender bath bomb, and I'm going to continue painting these and we'll be back when I finish them. So there we are. There we have them, our gorgeous midnight lavender bath bombs. Just gorgeous fragrance and very pretty. Hope you enjoyed the painting, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again very soon for another video from Eden's Secret. Thanks for watching everyone. Bye bye for now.